How to edit and design Wix blog pages. Hey everyone and welcome. I hope you're all doing great. In this video I'll show you step by step how this works, how to add your blogs, how to design these pages and change the layout for them and everything. So it's actually very simple and I'm just going to try to make it in depth so you can understand pretty much everything from the beginning. Actually, speaking of beginning, I don't even have the actual blog pages. So if that's your case as well and you don't see the blog pages, that just means that you did not actually install the blog for your Wix, and doing so is very simple. Just go to your dashboard, click on Edit Site from the top right, and open up your site editor. Go to Add Apps from the left dashboard, and then from the app market, you simply just look up blog. And this is going to show you the different apps here, but obviously we just want to go for Wix blog and click on it and click on install. So this is going to allow us to now start creating our blog on our Wix website. It's going to create the pages for us automatically. We just need to change the layout and stuff for them. It's, very simple. So right away we can actually notice that it redirects us to the first page of the blog, which is the blog page. And to actually see all the different blog pages that it creates for you, you simply just click on the pages navigation here on the top left. And this is going to allow us to see all the different pages that we have. And if we scroll down, I think to the bottom, we should be able to see the blog pages. It's going to be the blog, which is this one. It's just going to show us the different blogs that we actually have here. And Wix is so nice that it actually gives us a few sample ones. As you can see, I did not actually write all of these. So it's going to give us a few samples. And then we also have the other one, which is going to be the posts page. So this is going to be a little bit different. This is actually going to be the post itself, and it's how it's going to look like. So obviously we just want to adjust the first one, which is going to be the blog. So let's see what things that we can actually do to manage this one. So to get started, first we can feel free to stretch if you want it to be full width. Feel free to do so, and even then it's not actually going to be full width, as you can see. But I'm just going to turn the stretch off and leave it as it is. Secondly, we can just go in and click on settings. If you don't see it, just make sure you click on anywhere of the blog post here. So if it's here, you're not going to see it. If you just click on the actual blog post, you can click on settings, and this is going to allow us to change pretty much whatever we see here. So we have a few things here. For the first thing is going to be the display option. The main one is not really necessary. We have the display one. If you just click on display, it's going to show us the different elements that are going to actually pop up on this page. So we have the writer name, whether you actually want to show the writer name or not. If you don't, just go and turn it off, and you can see that it actually disappears. Not only the writer name, but also the profile picture of them, which is also included. You can see it over here. Next up is the image. If you just want to hide the image without hiding the writer name, you can feel free to do so. Next up, you have the publish date. Let me just go and move this to the left. So we have the publish date. If you don't want to show this, again, just go in and turn it off. And you can obviously do the same thing for the rest of them. If you don't want a specific thing, you can just go in and feel free to turn it off or on. So you have more things like more actions menu. If you just turn it off, you can see what that is. And there's nothing here that has more actions, so it's not going to show. More things like comment, counter, description, view counter. So I'm just going to turn off the description. Just, you know what, let's just keep it on. And then we also have the blog menu. So this is going to be over here. If you just click on blog menu, it's also going to show us this section here. So show blog menu. If you don't want to do this, it's up to you. And I'm going to be real with you here. I'm not really sure what this is. Okay, I'm not really sure what this does. So let's see. It's going to have the category labels and also the line. Okay, login, sign up button. Anyway, so this is not really that important. Doesn't really make a difference here that much. And we'll also have the social sharing. So if you want to actually go ahead and add them, just make sure you add them from here. Next up, we have the layout. So the layout is going to be how it actually sets the different blogs here next to each other. So right now we have side by side somehow. And then we can just go in and change it so it's going to be this other one. Now you could say it's side by side, you can see. And then we also have more different options here that you can actually choose from. So all of these are going to be different layouts for blogs. I mean, this one is pretty cool for me, honestly. I think I'm just going to keep it. But obviously you can just feel free to change them and also change the image ratio for each one of these layouts. So you have a lot of options when it comes to the layout options. So this is going to be a good one. So I'm just going to leave it as 1 by 1, a square image. I think it's going to be best. And also have the text alignment. So whether it's going to be centralized to the right or to the left. And we also have the cards per row. So if you want to add more cards per a specific row, you can feel free to do so. So you can just go set posts per row and you can just make it 3. As you can see, it's going to be a lot smaller. So this is going to be more for if you have a lot of blog posts, then this should be good for you. But obviously you can even increase it or decrease it completely up to your liking. And then we also have a few things like spacing between posts, margins, and more things as well. I'm not really diving deep into these because each layout is going to have its own unique different options. So I can't really show you each one of them because this is going to take a lot of time. So basically it's very simple. Just read through them. You are going to understand exactly what they do. And if you don't, you simply just go ahead and do something with it. And it's going to obviously show on your screen. And you're going to understand exactly what it does. So you're going to have more things here, like for example, post loading, whether it's going to be infinite scroll or pagination if you want to do that as well. I'm just going to leave it as infinite scroll because it's going to be a lot better this way, in my personal opinion. So you're just going to keep going between the posts that you actually see. So this is going to be for the layout, a very important menu. And this is going to only be for the all posts feed. If you want to go to the category feed, it's going to be different, but you don't have any categories yet, so it's not really going to show. It's going to be almost identical to this one, by the way, so it's not really going to be too complicated. Lastly, we have design here. So for the design, we have a few things like navigation first. You can actually go in and change the colors and stuff for each one of these. So for the posts, if you want to actually go in and change the color, so you can actually see, if we just set the opacity to 0, it's going to be a little bit, more clear and stuff. So this is completely up to you. And obviously when it comes to the text and stuff, all of this is going to be within the design aspect. You have the buttons, you have the ratings. So if you want to actually change the ratings, we don't really have any stars yet for this layout, this specific one. So it's not really going to do much. But yeah, for the buttons and stuff, all of these things you can feel free to change within the design settings. So all of this was for the blog page, which is going to list all the different blogs that you have. Now let's discuss the other one that is going to be created for you, which is the post page. So if we just click on pages from the top left, scroll down to the bottom, you should be able to see blog pages, click on post, and it's going to show us how the post is going to look like. Just give it a sec. Now for this one, it's going to have far less customization options for you to work with. First, again, if you want to stretch it, feel free to do so. If you really want to do it. For example, if you have a solid, or not solid, if you have a background for the post itself, you can go ahead and stretch it so it's going to be full screen. That's obviously up to you. But then you have also more settings here. If you just click on settings, and by the way, this is how it's going to look like by default. It's very simple. You have the, socials, you have your text. You see how it's actually going to be with the font and everything. And then if you just go ahead and go to the top, you can actually see more things like the writer, the published date, also the updated and everything. So all of these things you can feel free to customize. And doing so is very simple. You just click on settings. And then from here, again, you're just going to go to display. Let's just move it to the side. And from display, again, it's going to be more like the blog one. You're just going to toggle which parts you want to show and which parts you don't want to show. So writer name, again, if you just hide this, it's just going to be hidden. Same goes if you just want to hide the image. Published date, reading time, it's going to be this one right here, 1 minute read. Post title, tags, everything is going to be available for you to customize in here. And if you just scroll down, you also have more things like show blog menu. So if you want to do this, it's just going to be this little menu here at the top. Category labels, if you want to also show them, and search box. So again, these are going to be things that are available to you if you want to set them up. Next up, we have design, which is going to be a very simple one. You simply just change the colors and stuff of different things like navigation. And obviously, this is going to be more used for the text part of, things. So if you just click on text style and headings and stuff, you have the paragraphs. You can obviously change them to be whichever font you want, you simply just go ahead and click on it, and then just click on fonts, change it, and obviously you can actually make the entire thing bold if you want to. It's completely up to you. So whatever you do with the filters here is going to apply to the rest of the text, which is within paragraph 2. And then same goes for this one. If you really want to change it, feel free to do so. And same goes for the colors and headings. So this is pretty much what we need to do when it comes to customization. Last thing is going to be we just go ahead and save from the top right. And once we do this, we just go back to the main dashboard, restart. And then we just want to start adding our posts, and we are pretty much good to go. So obviously adding your post is very easy. I just restart because we just installed the app, so we want to see this one. If you don't see it, just make sure you install the app and refresh your page. And I know it says Wix Studio on the top left, but obviously you have figured right now that it is going to be the default Wix. Click on posts, and then we just want to start adding posts. You just click on create new post. And obviously you're just going to feel free to write whatever you want and add an image to it and everything, and it should pop up on the blog page and obviously the post page. So this is pretty much all for this video. Hopefully you found it to be informative and helpful. Like I said, I tried to cover pretty much everything that you need to know. And yeah, thanks for watching.